We're live out in Ptbo. 2 minutes into the first period, first half of the game. Holden gets it out front. It's knocked away. Penalty coming up against the black team for holding on Brady. Oh, we're playing St. Mary College from the Sioux. Okay, on the power play, Gilbert to Carson, down low for Younger. Young sends it back for Gooch. Comes out to the blue line, hands it off to Vinny. Vinny walks in, gets a shot through traffic. That's deflected, cleared out. McCann plays it for Gilbert. Gilbert comes up, hands it off to Marshfield. Marshfield up the side, dumps it in. Carson gets there first, sends it behind the net for Young. Young up to Carson. Carson gets a shot, deflected away. In the corner, Marshfield throws it out front. Knocked away at the blue line. Gilbert sends it down low for Carson. His shot off the side. Comes all the way around and out. Gilbert gets the puck, hands it off to Noble. Noble cross ice to Judd. We're in the zone. Judd cuts in, pass out front. Couldn't connect, but the net comes off. Got 50 seconds to go in the power play, 11 and a half to go in the first. I believe it's 2 15-minute periods today. Noble gets it back to the blue line. Markowicz walks across, fires a shot on net. Goalie makes a save, rebound is held onto. And off the draw, Billard keeps it in, gets some help from Larsh. But it's cleared away by St. Mary's, kept in at the blue line, shot from Markowicz. Doesn't connect. It's back from Markowicz. He hands it off to Noble. Noble walks in, gets it across to Judd, bounces off his stick and away. Markowicz goes for a skate, gets over to Jackson. Jackson across to Liam. Back in the zone. Cuts in, gets a shot, misses the corner. Noble keeps it in. We're back to 5-on-5. Larsh gets it behind the net. St. Mary enters our zone. Puck knocked away for Noble. Over for Wiersbicky, back for Noble. Tries to get that back to Wiersbicky. Gets it to himself. In front. Shot from Carson, blocked by St. Mary. Noble gets the rebound in the high slot, sends it across to McLean. His shot hits the player in front. St. Mary comes out with it. Holden slows him down. Forces the puck in the zone. All right, puck comes out of the zone. Carson knocks it into their zone. It's sent back from McLean now. Andrew to Wiersbicky, cross ice into the zone. Pressure from Young, keeps it in the zone. Now Holden fires that on net. Goalie makes a save. Back to the blue line. McLean fires that towards the net. St. Mary's sends it away. Carson keeps it in though, and now Mary gets it out. Back for Wiersbicki. Gets it up the boards. Into the zone. Puck comes back for Burns. Burns chips across ice. St. Mary's finds it. Shot from the blue line, steered away by McCann. St. Mary's tries to get it back in front, but O'Kane gets that, chips it up into the zone. Sent back for Ptbo. Ptbo gets that back into St. Mary territory. They go D to D. Pressure from the Cards. They come out. Burns knocks it back into their zone. Too many players. They get called for that one. Yeah. They caught that. All right. Oh, another power play for the Cards. 8 minutes to go in the first. Still haven't sent a player to the bench box. There we go. And off the draw, St. Mary's sends it back out, and Gilbert gets it for the Cardinals. Gilbert comes up the side with it, hands it off to Liam. Liam cuts in with it. Gets it over for Noble. Big save. Net comes off. Noble to Young. Back for Gilbert. Gets away from him. He gets it back under control. Hands it off to Noble. Noble cross ice to Judd into the zone. Stops behind the net. Gets it to Young. Young. To Noble. Going to get a handle on it. He gets it under control now. Down low for Judd. He gets a shot. Deflected away off the goalie. Noble to Young. Over for Liam. Bounces away. Gets past Finney. Finney gets it back deep in the zone. Cleared out by St. Mary with a minute to go on the power play. McCann leaves it for Markowicz. Markowicz to Marshfield. Cross ice for Carson. He gets it into the zone. Pass out front for Marshfield. Just wide is a shot. Puck at the blue line, picked up by Markowicz. Regroups in the neutral zone. Dumps it in. Larsh gets the puck in the corner, gets tripped up. Carson gets a piece of it, but comes back for Markowicz. Cross ice for Marshfield. Back for Markowicz. Carson to Harrison, back for Carson. He gets into the zone with it. Behind the net. We're back 5-on-5 now. Pass in front. Shot is saved. Larsh and Marshfield got a shot there. Goalie sprawling across. Back to the blue line. Markowicz gets a shot through traffic. It's deflected. Carson gets it behind the net, chips it up for Marshfield. Gets some help from Larsh. Back to the blue line. Markowicz sends it back in. We're offside. So we go for a change. Marys gets it into her zone, but Wiersbicki picks it back up for the Cards. Gets it to McLean. Back for Wiersbicki, but St. Mary's gets in the mix. They get a pass. We get a penalty coming up here. hooking. Yeah. Well, now St. Mary on the power play with 5:25 to go in the first half. Ptbo and McLean on the point. Noble and Judd up front. McCann fixing up his net. And off the draw, McLean fires it around the boards all the way down. Judd gets a piece of the puck down low. He's double team though, and St. Mary comes out with it. We get a neutral zone. Shot from the point, saved. Another shot from the point, save again. St. Mary on the perimeter. Back to the blue line, shot deflected away. McLean gets the rebound, fires it off the boards, kept in. Judd gets a piece of that one. St. Mary's keep it in. Shot fired and saved. Rebound cleared away but kept in by St. Mary. Shot, save, rebounds loose in front. Cleared away, now Noble gets a piece of it. At the blue line, St. Mary's goes D to D. Shot on net, save from McCann. McLean clears away the rebound. St. Mary's keeps it in. They try to go back door, can't connect. Shot, save, rebound is cleared out by Judd. 30 seconds to go on the penalty. Marshfield coming in for some pressure. Burns intercepts that pass, sends it into the zone. Marshfield gets the puck, walks out, gets a shot, save is made. The penalty winds down, and we're back to 5-on-5. Gilbert sends the puck around for Burns. Burns up for Billard, and out of the zone. St. Mary sends it across ice in the neutral zone. Get it into the zone. Burns is there first. Fires that around for Young. Young tries to get that up for Carson. St. Mary's gets in the way. McCann steers it away for Gilbert. Vinny in the corner. Up for Billard. It's kept by St. Mary's. Puck comes out. Icing waved off. Pressure from Carson down low, tying him up. Pucks, Brady gets a piece of Burns, sends it in. Carson and Brady working at it in the slot. Young gets a shot, it's saved, rebound from Carson, held on to. .228 in the first half. Still got a couple donuts up on the scoreboard. It's Battle of Northern Ontario out in Peterborough. Ref having a quick chat with the coach on St. Mary. Try to get it back to the point. Can't connect. Markowicz picks up the loose puck. Markowicz to Carson, up for a Holden into St. Mary territory. There we go. Holden keeps that in. Tries to get that out front. St. Mary's in the way now. Holden gets it over for Young. Young behind the net with it. Try to get out front for Carson. Bounces away. St. Mary picks it up. St. Mary gets in. Shot deflected away. Puck on the side of the net. Out front. Save. Rebound cleared out by Holden. It's kept at the blue line by St. Mary. St. Mary gets it behind the net. Ptbo ties up and gets a puck up for Brady. Brady sends that cross ice for Patrick. Patrick gets the red line, dumps it in. Larsh follows it up. Battle in the corner. Puck's still loose. Billard gets a hold of it, works it out front. Cleared away by St. Mary. They get the red line, dump it in. McCann plays that behind the net. Throws up the boards for O'Kane. O'Kane gets bumped from behind, no call. He stands his ground though, gets the puck back out. St. Mary's trips it up center, knocked away by Billard, picked up by Larsh, handed over to McLean. McLean fires that cross ice, finds Billard. Billard takes a shot to the head. Puck's at the blue line. McLean keeps that in, sends it to the corner. McLean at the blue line, chips it down low. Noble finds the puck, can't get the shot. Sends it over for McLean. He's going to regroup. 30 seconds to go. Power play coming up for St. Charles. One of our players got hacked behind the scene. And the whistle goes. 14 seconds to go in the period. Power play coming up for the Cardinals. Off the draw, it's loose. Judd gets it, 8 seconds. Cross for Noble on his backhand, forehand to Gilbert. His shot to traffic, deflected away. That's going to end the period. So we'll start the second half on a power play. 15 minutes left in regulation time. Excuse me. All right, we're back in their zone. Now St. Mary's sends it up center. Blocker save. St. Mary's pass out front, deflected away, picked up by Judd, up for Noble. Noble through the neutral zone into St. Mary territory, settles it down. Hands it off to Judd. Judd in front, finds Young. His shot is in. Noble to Judd to Young. Power play goal, put the Cardinals up 1-0 at the start of the second half. Interesting, we didn't change sides either. And puck's back for Burns. He gets it over to Ptbo. Ptbo cross ice, knocked down by St. Mary's. Hand pass is called as L'Arche plays the body. You got O'Kane and Billard on the wings. L'Arche taking the draw. He ties up off the draw. St. Mary's sends it to the defense. Pressure from O'Kane and L'Arche. Puck comes up the side. Ptbo gets it to the blue line. It's kept in by St. Mary. Ptbo plays the body down in the corner. Gets the puck out for O'Kane. O'Kane dumps it into the zone. St. Mary gets there first. Pressure from Billard forces the play. St. Mary's keeps possession behind the net. Oh, they're sending that guy way up. Breakaway pass. Gets a shot. Big save from McCann. Now Burns ties up. Gets the puck to the blue line. Shot from St. Mary's. Finds the corner. And they tie it up 1-1. All right, 13 minutes to go in regulation. Back to even score. Carson gets a puck in the zone off the draw. Gets it down low. Sends that behind the net. Holden after it. Gets a piece. Young keeps it in. Gets it to Carson. Carson can't get a shot. He's working out front. Holden's shot blocked. Holden battles on the sidewall for it. Comes out. Markowicz gets it down low for Young. Young back for Gilbert. He gets a shot from the blue line. Save. Holden on the rebound. Can't get the shot off. Holden gets it back for Markowicz. He gets a shot through traffic. Carson gets the rebound. It's picked up by Young behind the net. He's got a battle. Carson helping him out. Young to Carson. Puck is still loose. Carson using his body. Puck comes the other way though. St. Mary's chips it up. Markowicz sends it back in the zone. Puck comes out. It's going to be icing. 12 minutes to go in regulation. 1-1 game. You got Noble on the draw. Marshfield and Judd on the wings. McLean on the point with Wiersbicky. Off the draw, it's back from McLean. His shot just goes wide. Wiersbicky keeps it in. St. Mary's tries to get it out. Marshfield keeps it in. Noble to Judd, back to Noble. Back to Judd. He gets it off the crossbar. And the net goes off. Goalie slid across, got over the goalie, but just a bit too high. Jackson back on the draw. St. Mary's gets it in the corner. Judd gets it back out front to Marshfield. Marshfield puts it in. That was in. Marshfield scored.
Apparently not.
No, guess not. We'll do this again. All right. Judd to Noble in front. Marshfield's shot gets deflected over the net. Noble working at it. Gets out front for Judd. He gets a shot. It's deflected away. McLean keeps it in. Noble to Judd. Back for Wiersbicky. Back for Liam. Bounces away. Marshfield helping out. Get that behind the net. Noble ties up. McLean keeps it in. Judd on the side with it, gets it out front. No, off his skate. Marshfield comes in to knock it away. St. Mary's gets it back. They fire it all the way down. That's going to be icing. 10:44 to go in regulation. Yeah, still got a 1-1 game. Larsh on the draw, Billard and O'Kane on the wings. Ptbo on the point with Burns. St. Mary's gets the puck off the draw. The chip up the sidewall. Larsh keeps that in. To the blue line. Ptbo's there to keep it in. Gets it over for Billard. Billard walks in, gets it to the front. Goalie hangs onto that. Off the draw, it's in the corner. St. Mary's chips it up. Burns keeps it in. Billard gets a puck. His shot blocked. Burns puts it back in the corner. St. Mary's comes up with it. O'Kane gets in his way. Now Billard stops him dead in his tracks. And O'Kane gets the puck back. There we go. Billard sent that guy off. Hopefully he's okay. Nice clean hit. Now puck picked up by O'Kane. Tries to work that out front for Carson. Knocked away by St. Mary's. Burns gets it back over for Ptbo. Ptbo gets the red line. Dumps it in. Bolden in the corner after it. Sends it behind the net for Carson. Carson back to Brady. Back to Carson. Back to the blue line for Ptbo. His shot deflected. Top corner from Carson Gauchi. Bolden to Gauchi. To Ptbo. Back to Gauchi, top corner. Nice goal. 2-1 game for the Cardinals. Nine and a half minutes to go in regulation. So we'll play 3 games today, 2 15-minute periods each. Then I believe tomorrow we'll play 3 period games. Carson gets into the zone. It's knocked away. Ptbo gets it back. Hands it off to Burns. Burns up for Young. Back for Ptbo. Ptbo finds Carson. Nope, just dumps it in the zone. Now St. Mary's sends that back for Ptbo. He picks it up. Skates it in. Gets the shot. Goalie's going to hang on to that one. Just barely in the 5-hole. 9 minutes to go in regulation. And off the draw, it's back to the blue line. Markowicz sends it down low. Noble gets it behind the net. His double team sends that around for Judd. Judd back for Markowicz. Goes across the blue line. His shot deflected. Goes into the corner. Gilbert keeps that in. Stands his ground. Puck comes out the other way. Marshfield slows him down. Pass out front. Save is made. Judd gets the rebound. Hands it off to Noble. Oh, just bounces away from him. Gets some help from Markowicz. Chipped in by St. Mary's. Funny bounce. Mechanics the save. Puck comes out. Judd gets in the zone. He's looking for Nobes. Tries to get that out front. Hits a skate. St. Mary's gets back in our zone. Cross-ice pass. Shot deflected out of bounds. .7:44 to go in regulation. Carson ties up, sends it out of the zone. All right. Icing called. St. Mary's gets it to the blue line. They fire a shot. That goes wide. Wiersbicki sends it away. St. Mary's gets it behind the net. Get out front, can't get the shot. Cleared away by Larsh, up for O'Kane. O'Kane through the neutral zone, gets it in. Dumps it in, gets it to Carson. Carson behind the net. Off the boards for Wiersbicki. Wiersbicki shot through traffic, gets on net. Goalie makes a save. And who's your fan?
I don't know what number he's got on, but his name is Connor Bishop.
Bishop, okay. Oh, so he's in the black team.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You guys come all the way from the suit for this?
No.
Okay.
We come from Halliburton where you get real good hockey.
Yeah, there you go.
His dad's on the bench here, and he played minor pro, okay?
Oh, wow.
But he's a doctor now.
Oh, rough life. All right, back and forth action. It comes out. Wow, it's onside. Young gets that to the blue line. That one's kept in. Now it comes out. Behind the net. Wiersbicki chips it up. Holden gets it over. It's knocked away. Noble sends it around and out of the zone. Won't be icing. Pressure from Young. Puck comes up the side. Knocked down by Burns. We're offside, so he dumps it in. Back onside with 6 minutes to go. St. Mary's fires it up. Marshfield gets it back in the zone. Gets some help from Judd. Back to Marsh. Over to Liam. Knocked away by St. Mary's. Try to bring it in. Ptbo knocks that away. Judd chips that out. Ptbo gets that out of the zone. It's back in for Burns. Burns for Carson. Carson for Liam. Liam shot just wide. Now they head the other way. Now Judd on the back check. Done. St. Charles gets a line change. Markowicz steps up to intercept the pass. His shot deflected behind the net. He follows it in. He's got support from Noble. Larsh gets the puck in the corner. Back for Jackson. His shot through traffic. Saved. Rebound picked up by O'Kane. He gets it back to Noble. Noble's shot is saved off the pad. O'Kane after that rebound gets some help from Noble. Noble to O'Kane and puts it out front. Gilbert walks in, his shot off the blocker. Rebound picked up by Noble, gets that back for Gilbert. In front for Larsh, his shot deflected away. O'Kane after it. O'Kane puts that behind the net. Larsh gets there in the corner. Sends it back down for O'Kane. O'Kane behind the net. Jackson after it now. Jackson gets there. Sends that back for Vinny. Vinny at the blue line. Gets that across for Harrison. His shot saved. Just under 4 minutes to go in regulation. 2-1 St. Charles. And off the draw, Carson to Brady. Back to Carson. Gets a shot off the side of the net. Cleared away. Patrick after it. He battles on the side. Gets some help. Carson gets a puck. Can't get the shot though. Now Holden working at it. Carson at it again. Nice body play from Carson. Allows Markowicz to get it back into the zone. Young follows it up. Pressure from Carson. Back for Vinny. Gets it over for Holden. St. Mary gets it back in our zone. 3-on-2. Blocker save. Rebound at the blue line is kept in. Gilbert battles in the corner. Gets some help from Kochi. Puck comes out front and Holden's there all alone. He's got a second. Ships it up. Well, that's interference! Interference! Holy cow. All right. We're not going to get that call. Marshfield keeping it in. He's got a battle going on. There we go. Marshfield 2-on-1 comes out with it, but now the third player, Marshfield gets tripped right in front of the ref. You can't miss that one. Calling interference. That's all right. All right, 2.5 minutes to go in regulation. Power play for the Cards. We'll get Markowicz and Judd on the point. Larsh, Marshfield, and Noble up front. Noble to Larsh, back for Marshfield, or Markowicz, over for Judd. Judd gets a shot off the goalie's head. Hopefully he's all, oh, he's down. We're gonna get a whistle, nets off. Hopefully he's all good, that sucks. Noble back for Markowicz, cross for Judd. Back for Markowicz. Glove save, nice save. Markowicz with the screenshot. Goalie still saw it. Try it on the other side now. That's cleared out by St. Mary's. McCann leaves it behind the net for Markowicz. Harrison to Jackson. Jackson carries it in, cuts in, tries to get that over. It's cleared out by St. Mary's. Harrison over for Gilberts. So we got 6 players on the ice right now.
Too many men?
Yeah.
You can see that confusion happening.
Yeah. Not the best time for it. Too many players. Minute 44 to go in regulation. Timeout called from St. Mary's. right, 4-4 for minute 06. Jackson and Carson up front. Will on the point with Vinny. Shot saved, rebound. Kept in. 5-on-4 for St. Mary's because they pulled their goalie. They get into the slot with it, back to the blue line. Shot deflected out of bounds. Timeout called from St. Charles now. 1:11 to go. All right, 5-on-4, empty net for the Sioux. Noble ties up. Puck's in the corner. Noble gets there, chips it out, and out of the zone off the St. Mary player. They're going to have to regroup.
Don't give it up back there. Make sure you got a play.
St. Mary's gets in. Okay, now it's 6-on-4 for 30 seconds. Cleared out by Burns. It won't be icing. It might even go in. No, it doesn't. But now it's 6-on-4 for St. Mary. Noble and Carson with some pressure. Knocks the puck away. Gilbert ties up. Burns fires that around. It's kept in. No, Jackson gets it out. Now Carson follows it up into the zone, steals it, takes the empty net. 4 seconds to go, 3-1 Cardinals. And we'll be back again at 1:35 playing Neil McNeil from Scarborough, Ontario. All right, Carson wins the draw. They're going to run down the clock. That's the game. All right, so see you this afternoon.